resolution.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from London, England, Dani Luna.
2 weeks ago here on Impact, we saw a pair of four-way matchups that yielded Dani Luna and Xia Brookside as winners, and now this singles matchup will determine the first challenger to Léi Yǐng Lee for the Knockouts World Championship tomorrow night in El Paso, Texas, live on TNA Plus at Final Resolution. You can get your tickets now via TNAWrestling.com. Dani Luna has been on a warpath to get to this moment.
And her opponent, representing the Angel Warriors from Liverpool, England, Xia Brookside.
Meanwhile, Xia Brookside has a huge opportunity in front of her in this matchup, but you have to imagine the big weight on her shoulder is, should she be victorious in this matchup tonight, she will challenge her tag team partner for the Knockouts World title.
Could we see Léi Yǐng Lee versus Xia Brookside, the Angel Warriors, colliding for the Knockouts World Championship at Final Resolution? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can watch Final Resolution live on TNA Plus tomorrow night for free. Use the promo code FINAL25 to get your first month of TNA Plus free for new subscribers. Again, that's code FINAL25. This code expires tomorrow night at midnight Eastern. Head to watch.tnawrestling.com to subscribe to TNA Plus and catch Final Resolution live for free.
And Tom, you mentioned on the way out here, Dani Luna has been on an absolute tear here, and it looks like she has no intention of stopping here, especially with someone we've talked about before. She has a little bit of history with dating back to their early days in the wrestling business.
Dani Luna and Xia Brookside have known each other since they were teenagers, growing up in the United Kingdom on the wrestling circuit. Now, it was a few months ago that these two tangled in a #1 contenders knockouts gauntlet, and that was kind of the beginning of this change within Dani Luna. We've seen her become much more violent. Xia Brookside's been a victim of that. Indy Hartwell has been a victim of that as well. It was Dani Luna who got some comeuppance for the no disqualifications match at Turning Point 2 weeks ago on Impact. Luna defeating Hartwell to get to this point.
And this is what I'm very curious about in this match. You mentioned that similar background. Nice takeover there from Brookside. They have a lot of that catch-style British wrestling in their blood, but this, other than that, is a classic.
Oh, shoulders down, kick out.
Very much a classic 101 wrestling clash of styles here. The power of Dani Luna, there you see it. Xia Brookside gonna have to lean on her agility, her speed. I mean, when it comes to technical prowess, I think this one, though, is an even matchup.
I'd have to agree with you. Xia Brookside is accustomed to being the underdog, the undersized competitor in a matchup, so no stranger to this situation, but she found a friend earlier on this year here in TNA Wrestling, Ray Walt, in Léi Yǐng Lee. What has that bond meant to Xia Brookside?
I mean, it is not easy in this business to make any kind of friend, let alone someone you can trust both in and out of the ring. It's not an easy business for that. So the fact that Xia Brookside and Léi Yǐng Lee have found each other and formed that bond is something very, very important. But that bond is going to get tested again, should Xia Brookside be successful here.
And for Léi Yǐng Lee to develop those types of bonds here in the United States, it's been a long journey. 8 years ago, knew nothing about professional wrestling, attended a tryout in China where, I know, Ray Walt, you've wrestled in the past and you understand what the process was like for Léi Yǐng Lee. She moved to the United States, didn't speak any English, developed in WWE, came here to TNA Wrestling and has reinvented herself and is now Knockouts World Champion.
No, I remember exactly the time that Léi Yǐng Lee was brought into the picture, her and a bunch of other international talent brought from all over the world. It is not an easy transition to make, but Lee has stayed the course this entire time, and now we can see it has absolutely paid off.
Single leg drop kick there by Xia Brookside. Dani Luna to the outside of the ring. Which of these two knockouts will go on to challenge Léi Yǐng Lee for the TNA Knockouts World Championship tomorrow night in El Paso, Texas, live at Final Resolution?
And Dani Luna now taking her time, trying to find a way back into the ring, but Brookside tried to get a quick baseball slide there.
Luna back inside the ring. Brookside in pursuit. Both of these knockouts withstood four-way matchups 2 weeks ago to get to this one-on-one bout to determine the #1 contender to the Knockouts World Championship. I talked about it earlier on, Ray. While Dani Luna has been on a warpath, yes, she has taken to extreme tactics. We've seen how many times she's beaten the hell out of her opponents and bystanders with a steel chair or a steel chain like we saw a few weeks ago. But the work that she's put in inside of the ring to get better and better has been evident.
I mean, you take someone with the technical acumen, the experience of Dani Luna. Now, of course, everything she brings in the power department. One of the strongest knockouts we have here in TNA wrestling. And then you take that and you throw off the shackles of being a good person, the morality. Sometimes you gotta do that to get rid of the chip on your shoulder by taking out everyone around you.
Yes, those shackles of her extremely successful tag team known as Spitfire with Jody Threat, winning 2 Knockouts World Tag Team Championships and then leaving that friendship in the rubble, leaving everybody else in TNA wrestling that remotely cared about her in the dust. Yeah, that's the noble thing to do.
Hey, sometimes as a caterpillar, you gotta shed your skin, you gotta molt if you wanna turn into a butterfly. And this is a badass butterfly that we're seeing Dani Luna become in front of our eyes.
And Dani Luna has been dissecting Xia Brookside. Oh, every appendage she's gone after at this point in the matchup. This is good strategy by Dani Luna, whether you like it or not.
And I do like it. This is fantastic strategy. I mentioned before, Xia Brookside's advantage is gonna be her speed and her agility. If you take out the leg, that's the entire base of much of Xia Brookside's arsenal.
Xia Brookside heavily favoring the left knee. Dani Luna taking her time here in this matchup. This is very, very smart. Realizes, that in 24 hours, she's going to have to compete, potentially, with Léi Yǐng Lee, arguably the best striker in TNA today, for the Knockouts World Championship at Final Resolution. There's a cover. Brookside able to kick out at 2.
You have to wonder, and for Dani Luna, who's been so focused, but has had a couple of setbacks in recent months. If she gets this close to a Knockouts World title shot and isn't successful, who's gonna pay for that? Who's gonna be next on the warpath of Dani Luna?
And that's a scary thing to think about. Hell, that's what a lot of Bound for Glory was about for Dani Luna in the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match. Indy Hartwell, her opportunity at then champion Kalani Jordan, and their no disqualifications match, a turning point, truly was a turning point for those 2 knockouts, and Dani Luna believes it has set her on this path towards a championship opportunity, perhaps.
Meanwhile, right now, all the underdog gusto in the world is not helping Xia Brookside, who is just getting ripped apart here, courtesy of Luna.
And we are back here on TNA Impact from Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida. This is a #1 contenders match to the Knockouts World Championship. Dani Luna trying to put away Xia Brookside and a kick out. The winner of this matchup will move on to El Paso, Texas tomorrow night, live on TNA Plus, to challenge the brand new TNA Knockouts World Champion Léi Yǐng Lee for the title at Final Resolution.
And man, the last several minutes have been all Dani Jordan, all throughout the break, continuing here. The powerhouse of the Knockouts division is putting in work.
Xia Brookside has been the victim of that. Xia Brookside is the tag team partner of the reigning Knockouts World Champion Léi Yǐng Lee, who captured the title last week as a part of NXT Gold Rush, pinning the former champion NXT's Kalani Jordan in the process in order to bring the title back to TNA Wrestling. Léi Yǐng Lee also making history as the first ever Chinese TNA champion.
You saw just how emotional she was after that match, of how much winning that title meant to her. Whoever is going to face Léi Yǐng Lee is going to have a hell of a challenge, and Brookside is coming alive here.
Dani Luna, throughout the commercial break, was attacking that left knee of Xia Brookside, but the Angel of the Ring has found an opening here against the powerhouse Dani Luna.
You can see she's still favoring that leg, but fighting through it.
Elbow dropping Luna in the corner. We talked about it earlier on. Luna thinking about having to potentially challenge for the Knockouts World title tomorrow night. There's broken wings, the double knees attacking with that injured knee. Xia Brookside is going for it all tonight in this #1 contenders match, even though a championship bout could be 24 hours away.
Go!
Crossbody. Here's the cover. Luna kicks out.
Very, very close. They're hell of a turnaround here from Xia Brookside, but took a big risk there with that flying crossbody.
This shows you how much this means to Xia Brookside, who has continuously been in the Knockouts World Championship picture for the better part of the 2 years she spent here in TNA Wrestling. Virtually since the beginning, she injected herself into the Knockouts World title picture. And now Dani Luna trying to make sure she can get to what she craves most, the championship. Now look at Brookside.
Trying to lock in that octopus. Going for there, finally has it all the way. Center of the ring here.
Is Dani Luna gonna submit to Xia Brookside? Is Brookside gonna face her own tag team partner for the championship at Final Resolution?
And the strength of Luna paid off there, sloughing off Brookside, but again!
Off the side Russian leg sweep, and now into another submission attempt here. Dani Luna, all of her power has been negated down here on the mat.
Smart move by Brookside here, the tenacity coming through, not letting go of these holds. Look at that small joint manipulation in these clutch moments here.
Oh, wait a minute. Luna back up to her feet. This is dangerous for Xia Brookside.
Got her up, look out.
Oh, and a buckle bomb.
And after everything else, that could be devastating. That could spell exactly what Luna needed and spell the end for Brookside.
Blue Thunder bomb there off the rebound, and a kick out by Xia Brookside.
And the look on Luna's face says it all. She can't believe it. We can't believe it. Obviously, though, Xia Brookside still believes she can get this one done.
Now Dani Luna rolls to the outside. What could Luna be thinking about here? Is Luna starting to get frustrated?
Oh boy. We've seen Luna turn things this way before, but this is not a no disqualification match.
This has been the calling card of Dani Luna, the steel chair and the steel chain we saw 2 weeks ago in her four-way matchup that helped her beat
look
Indy
out.
Hartwell. That helped her beat Hartwell. And there's Indy Hartwell trying to disarm Luna.
And the referee's getting rid of the chair that Dani Luna introduced. Look out!
Oh, and Indy Hartwell gets some payback on Dani Luna from 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wait a second. I get it, but like this? Look out!
Inside the ring, Brookside! Brookside is the #1 contender!
Here is your winner, Xia Brookside.
What a win! What a gigantic win for Xia Brookside, the new #1 contender to the Knockouts World title.
Indy Hartwell gets some payback on Dani Luna and costs Luna a Knockouts World title shot. But meanwhile, Xia Brookside Brookside will now be facing her own tag team partner from within the Angel Warriors for the Knockouts World Championship tomorrow night in El Paso, Texas, live on TNA+. It's Brookside versus Léi Yǐng Lee for the championship at Final Resolution.